have so much to talk about. There is so much going on that could provide even further support for the price of silver and the price of gold. Today, we want to talk about the Fed, right? That's a big deal coming up tomorrow. We want to talk about the debt ceiling. That's June 1st. Debt ceiling. That's right around the corner, June 1st. We have on good word that could be a catastrophe for the U.S. economy. Gold strong this morning, up $27 at one point. Silver up 1%. We also need to talk about the big jobs number that we'll get on Friday morning. That'll tell us just how robust and strong this U.S. economy is, right? Maybe we're starting to see some cracks in the job market if they report legitimate numbers to us. Finally, the banking crisis. We'll touch on that. Are things really all that good with the banks right now? And Mexico. But first, I want to say thank you for joining me today here in the basement. You are the most important part of Ron's Basement. You are the star of the show. So if you like, there's something you want to ask or a particular subject you want to talk about, please leave a comment in the comment section here. If you have a question, leave it in all caps. I'll do my best, okay? It gets a little hairy sometimes. I appreciate you, each and every one of you, and I want to make sure I get to as many questions as possible. Hey, American 180? Yes, we had a new video come out this morning, an interview with Coin Shop Chris, also known as Chris P., who's helping out this morning on moderating. Thank you, Chris, where Chris and I talk about why people are selling. What are the reasons why anyone in their right mind would sell silver right now, or gold for that matter? What are the reasons, right? We go into some interesting topics regarding what he sees in terms of people coming in and wanting to get rid of their silver or gold. Make sure you check that out. You can go to the Ron's Basement channel. Hey, please give this a thumbs up if you would. That would be very helpful. Now let's get to some questions. Even silver and gold are manipulated. Hello, Jeff B. Hello, Adrian. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me go up to the top here and see what you guys want to talk about. Oh, and I have a very, very heartwarming story for you today regarding one of our subscribers and a man in Australia. I'll share that with you later on. So what is going on? Does anybody know why? Why this morning are the price of, particularly gold, why was the price of gold up $27 when I came on? Does anybody know why? If you do, please leave it in the comment section. We want to try to understand why. Now, tomorrow we're going to hear from the Fed. That could move the market, move the needle on the price of gold and silver. We know that. Hey, look, no matter what happens, guys, no matter what happens, we know the underlying fundamental reason why we hold physical metals. And we also know that on a big picture, no matter what little smoke or mirrors they might throw out, right? Yeah, we're going to see him. We're going to see this guy tomorrow. Don't forget, right? Yeah, him. Yeah, we're going to hear from him. They've lied to us all along. Look, I don't like it. I wish we didn't have a Federal Reserve. I wish that we didn't have this fiat money system, but the reality is we do. Andrew Jackson, right, a former president of the United States, he's rolling over in his grave because those people lie to us. They lied about inflation. They lied about when they were going to raise rates. Either they're liars or they're really not good at their jobs. One of the two, right? And I would have to go with the former as opposed to the latter on that matter. So whatever happens, and look, it's most likely going to be this 0.25%. I think there's a small chance of a shocker, 0.5%. I'm mentally prepared for that. I also think there's a small chance that we would get just a pause, nothing, 0%, and that could be rocket fuel for the price of gold and the price of silver. Economic turmoil. Thank you, Rick. First Republic down, metals up. Yeah, I think First Republic's gone, right? Rockefeller. Yeah, the debt clock, guys. That's because, Marshmaz, that measures the ounces versus the growth in the money supply, which is negative right now. That's why it's showing that screwy number on the debt clock. I made a video about that if you search through the channel. Janelle, people here from Missouri called or emails. Yeah, guys, make sure wherever you are, talk to your state representatives about gold and silver legal tender legislation. Here in Missouri, we're getting to a critical phase. So if you're in Missouri, call your state rep and let them know you support SB 100. But wherever you are, right, you are joining me from all over the United States. You are joining me from all over the world. Talk to your politicians, right? Make some noise. Let them know, hey, I want to be able to use gold and silver as legal tender. I want to be able to hold it as a store of value. Some of these countries have like 20% value added taxes on silver purchases. I mean, it's crazy. Same thing with gold. It's okay to make a little noise. In theory, right? In theory, that's what the politicians are there for, to hear from you. So make some noise. You count. You matter, right? I count. I matter. We're all special. We're all unique. And we deserve to be heard, especially by what are supposed to be the people that are representing us. And if we want, like in the United States, there's this document, it starts with a C. The Constitution, where it lays out silver and gold as legal tender. It's your constitutional right. The founding fathers, the bedrock of the country, laid it out, right? Oh, and by the way, you ever think about the fact that the country did pretty darn well during those years when we were on a gold standard and a silver standard? It's okay to make some noise. Do it, do it, do it. Now, let me go through. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Mexico, possible powerhouse in PMs. I'm going to touch on Mexico a little later in the live stream. Interesting things going on in Mexico right now when it comes to mining, in particular silver mining. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee so you can hear me gulp. I get in trouble. Susie, my wife, besides hating, she hates this red shirt. I mean, hates it. Probably if she had a top 10 things in life she hates, this red shirt's on there. Now, I've had this shirt for 30 years, and it's been my go-to shirt when I make videos here in the basement, so I'm not getting rid of it. But nonetheless, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm going to have, right, the red shirt. And I get in trouble for gulping and coughing and sneezing and snorting during the live streams. I'm sorry. That's just what I am. I'm the guy in his basement who loves to talk about gold and silver with you, and I burp, snort, and sometimes I even toot during the live streams. You are the most important part of the live stream, and I'm glad you're here. Now, we need to talk about the debt ceiling. June 1st. The United States is going to run out of money. Do you know what happened last time we had a debt ceiling issue in this country? It was 2011. Do you remember where you were? I remember where I was when this all went down because we had major turmoil in the markets. But remember what happened to the price of gold? Oh, it went to an all-time high in 2011. $1,900 something per ounce, right? Big, big money was made in the gold market in 2011. What about silver? Do you remember what silver did? That's right, $48 per ounce was the high that it hit in 2011. All of that, a major driving force was the debt limit, the debt ceiling, whatever you want to call it. It went to the last hour until they finally got it resolved between the Republicans and the Democrats. So that's what happened when the debt ceiling got resolved. Now, everybody thinks they'll get it resolved again this time, right? But just think if they don't. And we have got much more, the political climate is way different now. Would you say that right now in the United States, the divide between the conservatives and the liberals and the Democrats and the Republicans, or whatever you want to call it, wouldn't you say that the divide is much larger? So what would happen if they don't resolve the debt ceiling? Well, we know what Janet Yellen said. Janet Yellen said it would be an economic catastrophe. Okay? We know what our good friend, where is he? Here he is. This guy. You know what he said? He said, don't count on me for any help with the debt ceiling. All right. So we know the Fed's not gonna fix it, huh? Right? And we don't know what Joe Biden thinks. I mean, no offense. Who knows? He may not even know that there's a debt ceiling issue right now. So nonetheless, maybe he does. I don't know. Nonetheless, we're probably, maybe, right? Best case scenario, they're going to let it go to the last minute. Worst case scenario, we could have a silver and gold price. This could be what lights the wick. Now, let's go back to the gold price. I almost forgot to talk about, and silver, right? Both performing bon appetit this morning. Gold, when I came on, was above 2,000, the spot price. I look at the spot price. Some of you guys look at the futures price. I look at the spot price. The spot price was like $2,010. I talked about this yesterday. Gold is like he's poking its head above 2,000. I mean, it's happened like 7 times, it feels like, in the last, I don't know, 5 weeks, right? It's like a little chicken coming out of an egg. You ever watch a chicken come out of an egg? It's kind of interesting. They peck, they stick their head out, they go back in, they peck. And then finally they burst out. And I'm going to tell you, the price of gold and silver, they're ready to break out of that shell, break through and start flying, right? Start soaring like the eagles that they are. The American way, right? The real American way. Silver and gold. I wish I had one of my Morgans down here. That's what built America, silver and gold. We can talk about all these technical charts and whatever you want to call it, but at the end of the day, we go by our feel. We go by the big picture. We look at all the things involved, and it feels like gold and silver would be right there with it, is trying to break out. It could be a real interesting remainder of the year for us, especially if they don't get this debt ceiling situation under control, guys. It could get real ugly really quick. Also, Friday, we're going to get jobs numbers, right? That'll be big market moving news. I don't think the jobs numbers, I think at some point they can't manipulate this stuff any further. And at some point, we're going to start to really feel, and I feel it. Do you feel it? All right, here's my first question for you today. Is it just me, or are you feeling like the economy is starting to contract, constrict, slow down? When I go to the burrito joint to get a burrito at lunch once a week because it's so darn expensive, there's not as many people in line. I used to have to wait in line. Now there's nobody. I can go in there and get my burrito, my whatever, Korean kimchi burrito. It just feels like everywhere I go, it's things are constricting. You're hearing about what's going on in the auto industry. You're hearing about what's going on in the real estate industry. Residential, commercial real estate is a big, big problem. Are you feeling some constriction? Say yes if you are. If you think the economy is actually starting to really feel the noose come around it from what the Fed has done, from all these things coming home to roost. If you don't, if you think everything's great, say no. And I want to see what you guys have to say. Thank you guys for watching. You know that. Economic turmoil, Marshmaz. Silver should be at $325. I agree, Marshmaz. Yes, people feel it. When Walmart looks empty, yes. Thank you, Ancient Tom. Shadow work, yes. Hey, Pat, good to see you, brother. Pat Holland, working hard for SB 100 in Missouri. Yes. Jeff B, yes. Dr. Jekyll, yes. Things are going down, slip and slide. Janelle feels it. Ray Bainbridge sees it. Everything is not okay. Yeah, constriction, manipulation, yes. SLVGLD up. Yep, silver and gold. Now, those are the symbols for the ETFs. I personally stay away from those. Hey, yeah, 20K. I'm almost to 20,000 subscribers. I'll be announcing my big 20,000 giveaway at that point. We'll have a video out about that. Silver saves when you need the money. It's there. Chumley Page, James Strolam, get a grip. Long term, these daily moves are meaningless unless reversal. Thank you. Cranky Stacker. Yep, all points around is speeding up. Mary Radcliffe loves Pat Holland. Regards, everybody loves Pat Holland. He's a good guy, a good friend of Ron's Basement. So is Coin Shop. Chris Thomas, Poland. Awesome. I was at Poland in college, back when it was still part of the Soviet East Bloc. Krakow, Poland's a nice town. Walmart is empty because of another reason. Gold's up $29. Wow, thanks, Jim. Can you believe that, guys? Gold is up $29. And then my largest single stock holding, Fortuna Silver, announces that they have a blockade at their Mexican mine. Mining in Mexico is becoming increasingly difficult, and that could lend some big support to the silver price going forward, because, guys, like 25% of the world's silver every year comes from, yeah, you guessed it, just south of our border in Mexico. And their new political regime is very nationalistic, I guess you would call it. And they are just changing the laws. And they did some stuff with lithium not too long ago. I'm not feeling so hot about Mexican mining companies. The Mexican government is becoming very, very restrictive, and it seems like I could list off big names of companies, but that could be a big supportive factor for the price of silver. Very interesting. All right, shining bright. If you're a good day trader, yeah, I'm not a good day trader. You're welcome, Sean. Silvershire, love the chicken from the egg. Yeah, well, let's hope that the gold, the little golden chick, right? They're gold when they come out. Let's hope that he finally broke through the gold price through 2,000. Let's go gold, right? We've done that before. I can hear us all around the world. Let's go gold. Let's go gold. I mean, I know we're not supposed to look at the day-to-day price moves, but I do. 3 major indexes down. The market is testing Powell. Oh, I didn't know the indexes were down too. Thanks, James. Shining bright. Let's see if the Fed has the guts. Yeah, that's why I sold Fortuna Latin countries unless you're a mega miner. Yeah. Well, you made a good move, HN. I didn't sell. Gerald Draper just made it. How are you? Hey, Gerald, good to see you. See you, C130. Hi, C130, Sandy Sock. Grains been free falling for weeks because the dollar is strong. Interesting. First time watcher. Well, thanks, Clarity. We're glad you're here. Right? This is me and you. You guys are Ron's Basement. I'm just the facilitator of all this. You are the star of the show. We are a group of people who love to talk about gold and silver. Silver and gold enthusiast, right? And it's important because we are just a tiny part of the population, especially in the United States. We're like 1 in 300 people, It's growing, and it will continue to grow. Be prepared, guys, for your neighbors and your friends to maybe start asking you about silver and gold, because I have a feeling that could happen sooner as opposed to later. Yeah, Marshmaz, IMF, can you please stop minting gold coins? Yeah, the IMF went to Zimbabwe, had a massive problem with inflation. They started minting gold coins to help control their inflation problem. They minted like 20 billion worth last year, and it helped. It helped stabilize their economy, stabilize the inflation rate, stabilize their currency as well. And then the IMF went there, and the IMF went there in December and told Zimbabwe, you can't mint gold coins. That's not allowed. You need to use like interest-bearing instruments, fiat, unicorn, you know what I'm talking about, to deal with the economy. You can't use gold coins. Don't do that. And you know what Zimbabwe told them? They said, stick it, get out of here. We're going to do it. And now Zimbabwe is talking about a gold-backed digital currency, not a crypto, a gold-backed digital currency. It's very interesting. Silver spot 25.11. American 180 thinks we're going to get to $26 silver by the end of the week. Hey, I had a great experience this morning. One of the first giveaways I ever did on my channel were these little cards with these little micro pieces of gold and silver and platinum. And the very first guy who won, his name was Jeffrey. He was from Queensland, Australia, I think it's called. And I went and got an international stamps and I mailed off his little package. This wasn't anything major, but they were cool. They're these little pieces, little bars of gold and silver and platinum and palladium. And I sent out like 20 of these little packages, mostly the United States and Canada. Everybody got them. But this one really, very first guy who won, Jeffrey, he never got his. And we waited like a month and he emailed me. I said, he never got it. And I said, I'm sorry, keep me posted. He emailed it a month later. I never got it, but don't worry about it, Ron. And I do worry about it, right? I said, well, keep me posted. And he emailed me the other day. It's been like 4 months and said, I never got it. And I said, well, I don't think it's coming. So I went on eBay. This will be a quick story, but it's very heartwarming. It's good to have nice heartwarming stories. eBay Australia, and I bought this little silver coin from a local Australian guy on eBay, a coin shop, and I explained to him, said, I'm buying this from St. Louis. It's like Ron's basement, blah, blah, blah. And please ship it to this guy. And the guy from the store, he said, you know what? I'm going to upgrade it to a much larger piece of silver for your viewer. And I thought that was the nicest thing ever. And anyway, it's called Ezekiel Coins. If you're in Australia, I put a link to the guy's Australian eBay store. They don't ship to the United States. That's why I had to go. Anyway, if you're in Australia, and we got like 5% of our viewers are from Australia. If you're watching this, check out Ezekiel's Coins. He really did a solid, nice thing for one of my viewers. And I really appreciate that. Okay. And I'm not sponsored. I have no economic interest in telling you that, okay? I am sponsored by First Mining Gold. I own a ton of the stock myself. Trust me, I know it's been a painful journey in the gold developer arena for the last 2 years, basically. But man, these small development companies are just primed to do well if the gold market continues, if the chicks continues to break out of the egg. That was the story about Australia. And I think he's going to come on the show at some point. Really a nice guy. He said, that's so nice. He said, you know what? I'm going to upgrade it to a bigger coin. And you know what else, guys? I got something in here, a package. I don't know what it is. Maybe at the end I'll open that for you as well. But let's keep talking here. Do you think the banking... I have a question for you, and I'm going to pay attention right now. I want you to answer this. Do you our trusted politicians, we trust Jerome Powell. We trust Janet Yellen. We especially trust our president, Joseph Biden. And they all are telling us, and even, the guy that we really trust, I know you really well. I know you trust the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, James Dimon. You really trust him. He's never lied to anybody in his whole life. How else would he get to the top of such a fine institution like JP Morgan? He has to be 100% honest and trustworthy. Anyway, these guys are all telling us the banks are fine. Isn't it funny? They're all saying it over and over. The banking industry, banks are fine. Do you think the banks are in good shape now, like they're telling us? And, we really should believe them. Or do you think there might be more banking issues coming down the road? Say good if you think they're good, or in bad if you think there is more bad shape, more bad news to come to the banks. I'm going to give away the mug, Adrian, here. This mug. Yes, that'll be part of the giveaway. Okay? Yes. Ron's basement. You got it. Bad, bad. John Gregory, Dr. Jekyll, mutiny, bad, bad. Silvershire says bad. Mark Twain says, sure, trust them. Bad, a lot more bad. Jeff B. John Gregory, Preston, England. Hey, glad you're here, my friend. Hi, all. Bad. Jerome, the pullback whisperer. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, John. I do not hold any Barrick stock. Believe the opposite of what yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Why would we believe these guys? Do I need to go through? Bad, Alan says. Repeat a lie long enough and it's accepted as truth by the herd. Isn't that the truth? Falling like dominoes, Andy. 5, 6, 9, 5 says. Good morning, Casey from Mississippi. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so, why would we believe? Why, right? I mean, either they're really bad at their jobs, which might be the case, or they're liars, or a combination thereof, right? They're really bad at their jobs and they're liars, right? I mean, I wish it wasn't this way. Don't you wish? I mean, like I love my country. I love a lot, but don't you wish it didn't have to be this way? All right, guys, let's see what else we need to talk about here. Gold, debt ceiling, we talked about that. Oh, the jobs report. What do you think's going to happen on Friday? We're going to get the jobs report. Now, the big news is Wednesday, the Fed, right? Oh, he's mad. Yeah, here, this guy, remember? Says, I'm the big news. Sure, Jerome, but what about the jobs report on Friday? Do you think they're going to find a way to make it look like, we've created Joe Biden economic miracle. We've created another 400,000 jobs, right? Yeah. Mary, I've heard of that, the COMEX 589 rule. Sit on the box. All right, I won't get Jerome out again, Coin Shop Chris. And thank you. If everybody would do me a favor, Coin Shop Chris P here on the thing is a big, big help on the channel. Say thanks, Coin Shop Chris, if you don't mind, or at least a few of you. That'd be great. And hey, if you get a chance, don't forget, give this a thumbs up. That would be helpful as well. That's a really big deal. I'll ring the bell for you because I know you're going to give it a thumbs up, right? Yeah. We know Susie's not bringing any coffee. Hey, let's open this package. What do you say, guys? I got a package in the mail. I don't know what is in here. Oh my gosh. Look what came. Look. A new red shirt. Now I got a backup. This one's been patched a few thousand times. And then I had to patch the patches not too long ago. Something about the red shirt. I make better videos for you when I'm wearing the red shirt. Another red shirt. Wow, a new shirt. Get the divorce papers. Hey, Susie. Oh, I think Susie might come say hi. No. Susie? No.
Get your pen ready to sign some papers.
Susie said get the pen ready to sign some divorce papers. That's funny. Okay, back to silver and gold. Black shirts. Yeah. No, Susie did not send it. Ring the bell. Yeah, you got it. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all the thumbs up. What else? What do you want to talk about? Mexico is getting very frustrating for mining companies. Let's just take a step back, though. Somebody please tell me, what's the spot price of gold right now, if you don't mind? Hey, thank you, Chris. Jeff Nelson, thanks for telling Chris thank you. Chris is a great guy and I'll be honest with you, when you run a YouTube channel like this, a lot of times you feel, actually, it's weird. It's like I feel connected with you, right? All of you watching, look, there is like one individual. And when I'm looking at that camera, I'm talking to you, but it's easy to get lonely doing it. And it is hard work, right? I love it. I'm I'm grateful, and it's a great deal. I love the fact that I get to do this with you. But CoinShop Chris is a great supportive person, and I appreciate that. And I want to recognize that because he supports every darn day and is always very positive. What? 220 on the COMEX. All right, looks like 2012 is probably, wow. It's a great, come on, gold. What do you say, guys? Are we ready for it? Are they going to tamp it down again? What do you think? Let me ask you, do you think SOAR, 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 or TAMP, TAMP? Do you think it's going to get tamped down again or SOAR? I'm going with SOAR. I mean, you know what? I don't know about you. I used to be one of those people that was always kind of superstitious and it doesn't pay. It's okay to be optimistic. I believe it's going to go, gold and silver are going to go way higher in the future. I can believe that it could be starting right now. Soar like an eagle. That's right. I saw somebody said something about the red shirt, new red shirt. Yeah, thanks, Pat. In case there's trouble, right? Yes. All right, guys. Dow down 608 points. What? Wow. What is going on? Interesting. I didn't realize the Dow. Dixie down, metals up. Yeah, they've been suppressed, right? I mean, Ron's Army, we ride. That's right. We are the basement men and women. Basement men and women. Wow. Look, we know that the price of silver and gold should be much, much, much higher. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's so many different fundamental factors, just basic, pure math. Look, and I've heard, what's the guy, Lobo Tigre was the first guy I heard say this. It's like the price, like it's like a beach ball that you hold underwater. You can do it for a little while, but eventually, Mother Nature wins and that ball shoots up. And maybe that's just what we're seeing right now. Yeah, silver should be at $333 right now. Yeah, I mean, and I was listening to the guy Bix Weir last night, and he was talking about silver, and he was talking about $600 silver. And I know it seems so crazy to think, right? It seems crazy to think that like this is a 10-ounce silver bar, right? That it could be worth $6,000, but it could. It's not, we like to think, oh, I'll be happy if silver goes to $35 an ounce or silver. Guys, we could see astronomical price increases in silver and gold as well. I think silver, I think most people agree, has more potential for really crazy, extraordinary gains, but we could see it in gold as well, right? You hear guys talk about $10,000 gold, $20,000 gold. Who knows how this is all going to play out? It's going to be very, very interesting. About $1. All right. Thank you guys for being here today. You are the best. I'll see you soon. I'll be back on another live stream. All I can say is I appreciate the support. I appreciate the friendship, the camaraderie, the thumbs up, the subscribes that you guys do for me. And I'll look forward to seeing you soon.